Greetings, dear friends. Happy Monday to you and Happy New Year. Here we are with our first Mastering Your Mindset session of 2025. I trust you had a lovely festive season and are all ready to immerse yourself in this amazingly powerful year ahead. 2025 I feel like 2025 is going to bring a lot more sense of ease and flow. And so whether you set intentions or goals, I don't do resolutions. I don't know about you, but we don't do things like that around here. Not with mastering your mindset. So when we go into these sessions, and why I'm saying that I think it's going to be a very different year to 2024, I like to just feel into it's kind of the universal theme of what we've stepped into. And from a numerology point of view, we've stepped into a 9-year. And you get that by adding the digits of the number together. So 2 plus 2 plus 5 is 9. So this is like the ending of a 9-year cycle. So it's time to let go of the things that no longer serve you. Of course, what makes this unique and individualized for each one of us is that we all have our own personal years inside that universal. So it's kind of like looking outside at the environment you're in and then checking in with your heart. And that's what these sessions, that's why I like to come in here and just chat with you and riff with you about what phases of the moon, because that's one of the best ways to really get in touch with what's the best rhythm, what's the best time to take action, when's it time to retreat and be quiet and listen. So the lunar effect or influence for us this week as we start to move forward, as we take time off and slow things down, which is what happens at this time of year, then it's time to start taking action. So the moon phase this week, and it actually arrives today, is the first quarter phase of the moon in the sign of Aries. Being that Aries is my sun sign, I always feel a connection or a vibe with that doing. That's what Aries is about, getting up and doing, but so is first quarter phase of the moon. You see, at the new moon, which is what we were affected by last week, actually it was the black moon, it was very much about being surrendering to your own inner guidance and really trusting that. It's always about trusting that the answers you're looking for are looking for you. But now this week it's time to stand up. It's time to stand up and start taking action. Now this one is important to assess, what does that mean to you? Action can sometimes be simply doing a brain dump of all the things that you feel like you have to, or you should, or you want to, and then selecting the best step now. Because sometimes, I don't know about you too, but sometimes if I have a lot of things on the go, or I need to do this and I need to take care of that and I need to get this done and I need to have a deadline over here, that can actually cause discombobulation in itself. So maybe the first step is to just literally assess, what are all the things that you've committed to doing, and then assessing what needs to be done now, and not listening to the inner chatter that says, oh, you have to get all of this done at the moment. So that's what we're stepped into. It's about finding the right rhythm of the being and doing. That one's always there, the being and doing, because you do have to have a space of reflecting and contemplating, are these actions in alignment with what I intend? And talking about what I intend, I'd been talking a couple of weeks prior to wrapping up 2024 about the idea of setting a one-word theme. Did you do any of that? And of course, there's no right or wrong here. It's just about being willing to show up for yourself. That's really what that's all about. Okay, so that's kind of the influence, the lunar influence, the energetic influence. I'm shuffling my letting go guidance cards, because you see, particularly if you're in your head a bit too much and thinking, oh my gosh, I'm running out of time and I have to get this done and this done, and then there's something to be let go. So as we step forward in alignment with our calling, with our purpose, with what makes our heart sing, with that which we feel like is the next step for us, what can we let go? What can we say thank you? That's not part of my paradigm anymore. When I talk about letting go, and if I say anything here that kind of discombobulates you, or you need some more support or guidance, put it in the comments below or message me directly, because what I'm intending to do here is talk to your deep inner knowing. And sometimes that can bring up a bit of, oh my gosh, I need somebody to hold space, or I need some insight on a certain issue. But like I said, as we start stepping forward with this sense of alignment and ease and flow, what can we let go of? Interesting. And the one that we can let go of is depending on others for your happiness. I love that card. That one actually always reminds me of my favorite Abraham Hicks quote. And basically the import of that quote is, it's saying, I've just figured out that my happiness is my responsibility. And now go tell everybody you're off the hook. My happiness, my responsibility. So therefore, regardless of what anybody says or doesn't do or doesn't say, your happiness, your responsibility. Breathe into that. Just put your hand over your heart and recognize, I've got this. My happiness, I've got this. So where does that show up for you? Where does it show up for you that, I can be happy if this person does this or doesn't do this, or this situation goes a specific way, then I'll be happy. Those are conditions that you need to release. So like I said, if you need some more support on that one, just let me know. But I'm moving on. I use 4 different decks of cards for these sessions with you. So just shuffling my tarot cards. Let's see what tarot wisdom comes up. Oh, this is an interesting one too. This one always makes me chuckle. This one is the 5 of Wands. The 5 of Wands is a reminder, because sometimes, particularly when we're getting up and doing things, we're maybe putting a project into motion, or we're creating steps forward. And the 5 of Wands kind of signifies that perhaps there can be little niggly things that like it doesn't go quite the way you thought it was going to, or things, somebody delays you, or there's a traffic jam when you're supposed to get somewhere. There's a reminder there, though, that don't get too caught up in the, it should be happening this way and I need it to go that way in order to be happy. Because it's kind of just allowing yourself to just say, okay, that's not the right time, and let it go. So that's it. It's kind of to meet the resistance, or meet how things are not working out the way you originally thought, and then take a deep breath, put your hand on your heart, and just say, okay, so there's another way, or there's something else for me to take care of, or things of that nature. So it's not any big obstacles. It's just little niggly things. And always remember, obstacles don't mean stop. They just mean there's another way, or maybe there's something else, or maybe there's a better way, or somebody else is going to do it for you, or things of that nature. So it's kind of like co-creating and collaborating with the universe in that nature. So it's that, if like you can say, or I can say, I'm going to do this today. And actually, this is a real life example. I have a deadline coming up, and it's sitting on my list that it needs to get done. But every so often something else comes up, and I need to take care of it. Like a client emails and says, oh my gosh, I've got this issue and I really need your help. And so I end up taking care of that. And then I come to the end of the day and I'm like, oh gosh, I haven't done anything about that deadline that's coming. So then it's, rather than get into beat myself up or get upset with myself, is just to say, okay, I know it's going to get taken care of. It's just not right now. So it's about having that compassionate relationship, you with you. That's such an important piece too. With this idea of mindset mastery, is how well and how lovingly, how kindly do you speak to you to you, and also how do you speak about yourself? All too often I hear people saying this is, oh, I suck about this, or I'm terrible for that, or this always happens this way. If that's what's happening for you, let it go. That's a really important piece to let go. Because I don't know about you, if I had somebody scolding me every step of the way, like you shouldn't have done it that way, or it's better this way, or I'm not really going to get a lot done, or I'm not going to feel aligned with what's best or what's lighting me up. But all too often we do it to ourselves. When we allow our inner critic to kind of be the energy giver, or energy takeawayer, actually. There, takeawayer. Take a deep breath. I've been shuffling my card deck here, the Intuitive Whispers Oracle. So just see, I like to take 3 of these cards to help just give some insights or some deeper aspects to what we're exploring as we move forward with this first quarter phase of the moon in Aries, getting things done. Oh, I love this. This first one is gratitude for the past. That could be a big letting go part, is I'm grateful for the past. Your past has helped you become who you are. But it's so important to just feel that and have some gratitude. You don't want to carry forward limitations or criticisms or critical pieces. Just, I'm grateful for the past. I'm grateful for feeling into the emotions. This is a beautiful one too. Like I said, if you're starting to walk forward and start to take there's steps towards what it is. Check in with your emotions. One of my favorite questions, and I've said this to you before on these sessions, is how do I feel about myself here? And allow your emotions to help you see these are the best ways for me to go forward. Because if you start feeling anxious or nervous or heavy or weighted down, it could be that your inner guidance is saying, this isn't for you to do right now, or this isn't even for you to do at all. Whereas when we can have a wee bit of a sense of nervousness. I often find that I can have a wee bit of a nervousness in my tummy, but I know from my heart that it is the right thing. And so tapping into and acknowledging your emotions is very, very important, because our emotions provide such wisdom. We just need to arrange our schedules and arrange our mindset sometimes to just go, okay, how do I feel about myself here? And then walk forward with that. Oh, this is amazing. I hadn't even looked at this one. The last one is feel, don't think. That's actually really important with this energy that we're in. Feel, don't think. When we have these nudges, like this first quarter phase of the moon, to start to take action. Don't get over analytical. Don't get into that. I think of it as paralysis by analysis. So feel, how do I feel about myself? Well, maybe I feel a wee bit nervous, but I feel like, yes, what's next, right? So follow that. Trust that makes sense. All right, beautiful friends, just about ready to set you off into this week. And I'm just going to wrap the session up with one of my Liberate Your Inner Truth, because that is actually the whole point of these sessions with you, is to help you access, liberate, get in touch with, trust, depend upon. What is your truth? So let's see. Oh, there's 2 that's wanting to come out here. That's not usual. Beautiful. The 2 that's come out. The first one is I am reflective, and the second one is I am uplifted. So maybe you can, bring that into your action steps. So I am reflective. I recognize that qualities I see in others are simply a reflection of what is within me. When I see the things I like in a person, I have a look within too. In this way, I share and shine my light. That's beautiful. That really helps with the taking steps forward and getting in touch with your emotions too, of course. The last one is I am uplifted. I am uplifted whenever I refrain from criticizing myself. Oh, now I see why this one came up. I reflect upon all the benefits I enjoy when I avoid finding fault within myself. I move forward in life with calmness and resilience. And that is such a beautiful acknowledgement of the energy that we are in with that first quarter phase of the moon in the sign of Aries. May this support you and see you and guide you well. Much love to you. I'll be back again with you next week. Have a great week.